Good morning class, welcome back to your video lecture. Today in this video lecture we are going to start English Lang, that is the part of grammar. In English literature we have completed one chapter from your book Honeycomb and a poem from the same book, that is name of the chapter is Three Questions, and the name of the chapter, the poem was The Squirrel. Okay, so we have completed that part. So today in this video we are going to start English Lang, that is part from the grammar. Okay, and the topic that we are going to cover in this video is sentences. So now let's start the video. So, if I ask you that what are sentences, think about it. What do you think are sentences? What are they? Why we use sentence? What is the need for using sentences? Just a basic question, that what are sentences? So many may of you say that it is a group of words. So let's find out that is it a group of words or something else. Okay, so read the following group of words that I have written below. Okay, so the first set of words are: a red frock is my sister wearing the girl. What are these? These are group of words. Okay, so is it a sentence? Okay, one more example. Today rain may not it. These are group of words, right? Are they making sense to you? To me it is not. No? What if I write all these two sentences this way? Now read the first one. The girl wearing a red frock is my sister. Okay, the group of words. Okay, the first group of words that was written was a red frock is my sister wearing the girl. This was the group of words. Now I have changed this set of group of words into this. That is, the girl wearing a red frock is my sister. So, is there any change? Yes or no? Now it is making sense, right? The second set of words. These were group of words were today rain may not it, right? Today rain may not it. What I have written it as, it may not rain today. So what it means? That today maybe it's not going to rain, right? So from first set of group of words and the second set of group of words, what is the change? The change is that here the group of words are not making any sense, right? You can't make any meaning from these words, but from the second set of words you can say that there is meaning in these sentences, right? You are able to, or you can get a meaning from these two sentences. So now if I ask you what are sentences, so what are they? A group of words that make complete sense is called sentences. So what are sentences? A group of words that make complete sense is called sentences. So this is the basic definition of sentences. Now what are the points that you should remember while seeing that something is a sentence or not? The first point is a sentence begins with a capital letter. Okay, a sentence always begins with a capital letter. Okay, the second point is the word in the sentence must be written in a proper order to make sense. How? I have already explained you in my previous slide that just because a group of or a set of words are written doesn't mean that it is a sentence. Those set of words or those group of words must be written in a proper order to make a sense of it, out of it. Means you should get a sense from that set of words. Okay, what is the third important point? That a sentence usually ends with a full stop. Okay, also known as period. Period is, what is the meaning of period? Period is a full stop. Okay, we call full stop as a period in English language. Okay, now The fourth point is that some sentences may end with a question mark. Like how, if I ask you, what is your name? So this is a question and you are going to get a question mark at the end of this sentence. Okay, but that this is also a sentence because you can make a sense also out of it. And same as it, also there are some sentences that ends with exclamation mark, that is this type of mark. Okay, that is exclamation mark. And the very important part that that a sentence should have is a verb. A sentence always has a verb in it. Verb, what is the meaning of verb? Verbs are basically those words that shows action. Okay, what the object is doing, that is verb. Okay students, now let's talk about what is a complete and what is an incomplete sentence. So a complete sentence will have two things in it, that is subject and a predicate. Okay, subject and predicate, a complete sentence will have that. Okay, so you can say that a complete sentence has a subject and a verb that works together to complete a sentence. Means a complete sentence will have a subject as well as a verb in it. Okay, and it should also answer two questions. What are those two questions? Who means in the sentence about whom we are talking. Okay, and what that who is doing, or you can say what that subject is doing. That if a sentence have these two things, then what, it is a complete sentence. Now let's explain it with a understand it with a example. Okay, with an example. If I say that the sentence is the dog ate his bone. So what is who? Who means about whom we are talking? We are talking about the dog, right? And what the dog did, what he is doing, he is ate his bone. He ate his bone. So we have got our answer to the two questions, right? What was those questions? First one is who, right? So who, we are talking about the dog. And the second one was that what he or that particular thing is doing, right? And what he is doing, the dog is doing what? He is eating the bone. So who, as I have already told you, who, what our question should be who. So we are talking about dog, and what did he do? He ate his bone. So we have got answer to our two questions. What were they? Who and what did he do? So we can say that it is a complete sentence. Why? Because it has a subject and a predicate. Okay, now let's see what an example of incomplete sentence. What is an incomplete sentence? So, sentence is the hairy spider. Okay, this is a sentence. You can understand that we are talking about whom? We are talking about a big hairy spider. So if I ask you who, first question was who. We are talking about whom? We are talking about a big hairy spider. But can you tell me after reading this sentence that what he is doing? No. So we get our answer to the first question, that is who, but not to the second word. We don't know about what he is doing or what he may do, right? So just because a group of words begin with a capital letter, right? It is beginning with a capital letter and has a period at the end, doesn't mean that it is a complete sentence. For a sentence to be complete, it needs two things. First is it should has a subject in it and also predicate. Okay, so this is a incomplete sentence, and we can also call it as a phrase. What are phrase? Phrase are basically those words that make sense but not complete sense. What it means, that it gives you a meaning. Okay, you can get a meaning from those group of words, but you can't make a sense. Means you don't get a full information about that thing. Like for example, these are some phrases. Example, at home means at home. But what about? It is not giving you a whole sense of the sentence, right? In a corner, under a table, in a few days, during the day, over the bridge. These all are what? These all are phrases. Phrases means those group of words which gives us meaning, but it doesn't give you a complete sense. It's not going to give you a complete sense of the sentence. So phrases has subject, but it doesn't, what it don't have, it don't have a verb in it. Okay, in a phrase there is no, not verb, means there is, you can't find, or you, if a sentence has a subject as well as a verb, that means it's a complete sentence, it's a sentence. But if it only has a subject, it and in a phrase is what, there is no verb in it. Okay, so now let's talk about the types of sentences. Okay, so you have understood that what are sentences, okay, and what are phrases. Now we are going to talk about types of sentences. So there are basically 4 type of sentences. First is assertive sentences, also known, we can also call it as declarative sentences. Okay, then the second one is interrogative sentences. Third one is imperative sentences, and the fourth one is exclamatory sentences. These are the 4 types of sentences. First one is assertive sentence, second one is interrogative sentence, third one is imperative, and the fourth one is exclamatory sentences. So now let's discuss in detail. Okay, the first type is assertive sentences. We can also call it as what? As as declarative sentences. Okay, a sentence that states or declares something is called an assertive sentences. Okay, these type of sentences gives us basically information about something. Information, these type of sentences gives us base information about a thing, or it can also give you a what, information, or it can express a fact, it can give you a statement, it can give you a fact, an event, about an event or an action. So assertive sentences basically gives you information, it provides you information by what, by expressing a fact. It can give you a fact, right, fact or events, okay, or an action. So these are basic assertive sentences, are basically what, a statement, means it is basically going to provide you with the information by expressing facts, event and actions. Okay, for example, if I say he goes to school daily, so this is a fact. Okay, this is a fact, means this is the information that I am giving you, that he goes to school daily. The second one is you are my best friend. What I am saying, that you are my best friend, this is a statement. Okay, and assertive sentences has 2 parts. Okay, first one is affirmative sentences, also known as positive sentences. Okay, and the second one is negative sentences. What are positive and negative sentences? Positive sentences means it will have a positive statement. For example, like if I say he goes to school daily, this is a positive sentence. And what is a negative sentence? Negative sentence is I did not like it at all. So in this, what I am giving, in this I am giving you information that I did not like it at all. So this is an example. He goes to school daily is an example of what? Affirmative sentences, also known as positive sentences. And the other one is I did not like it at all. It has a negative word in it, so it is a negative sentence, but it is also a statement. So the two types of affirmative sentences are Affirmative types, or you can say affirmative sentences can be of two types, or they can be written in two forms. First one is assertive. I was talking about assertive sentences can be written as two forms. First one is affirmative, that is positive, and the second one is negative, that is by adding not, no. Okay, these type of words, we can add these type of words in a sentence, and that will become a assertive sentence of negative type. Okay, now the second part, or you can say the second type, is interrogative sentences. Interrogative means what? Interrogative means those type of sentences in which we are basically asking a question. Okay, question in sentences in which we are asking a question are known as interrogative sentences. For example, what are you doing, why are you doing, or what are you going to do tonight? Okay, or for example, can you sing a song? So this both are the examples of interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are those sentences in which we ask questions. Okay, understood? So these are the types of interrogative sentences. Now the third part, or you can say third type, is imperative sentences. What are imperative sentences? Imperative sentences are those sentences which expresses a command. Imperative sentences are those sentences that expresses a command, a request, an advice or desire. Means through these type of sentences, what we do, we basically expresses our command, our request. We can also express our advice or a desire. Those type of sentences are known as imperative sentences. Let's look at some examples. Okay, and one more thing, that it end with a period sign at the end or maybe an exclamation mark. Imperative sentences can have both type of marks at the end. Okay, examples, let's look at the examples. If I say keep quiet, so this is a command. Okay, and the second type, that is please bring me a glass of water for me. Please bring me a glass of water. Okay, if I say please bring me a glass of water, so this is a request. I am requesting someone that please bring me a glass of water. What about the third sentence? That is, you must exercise every day to keep fit. What in this sentence, I am basically giving someone an advice that you should do what? You should exercise regularly to keep your body fit, right? Then I wish I would go abroad. So in this, what I am doing, what I am basically desiring something, means I have a wish in my mind, or in my I have a wish. What is that wish? That I want to go abroad. So this basically is what? This is a desire. So these are the four types of expressions that comes under imperative sentences. Okay, what are those? In imperative sentences, we basically express command, a request, advice or desire. Understood? These are the four types of sentences. Okay, what are the four types of sentences? First one is assertive, or also we can call it as declarative sentences. In that type of sentences, what we do, we basically provide information to with our statement. Okay, and the second type is interrogative sentences. In that, we basically ask question. Third type is imperative sentences. In those, what we do, we basically expresses a command, request, advice or a desire. And the last one is exclamatory sentences, and in these type of sentences, what we do, we basically express a sudden feeling or emotional feeling, such as delight, surprise, pain, horror. Okay, so these are the four types of sentences. So in this video, we have covered types of what is sentences, what are phrases, what are incomplete sentences, what are complete sentences, and also the types of sentences. So in our next video we are going to do exercise questions related to these topics. Okay, so for this video it's all. Okay, thank you students, and I hope you all are fine and well at your home, and all of you are on regular basis watching these videos and also doing your worksheet in your notebooks. Thank you so much.